Hi everyone, so I wanted to recommend a movie that I recently saw on Hulu called Patema Inverted. It's an anime, and as I was watching it there was this like evil oppressive society, and there was this thing where they're not allowed to look up at the sky and they're not allowed to have independent thinking, and they're all kind of like being led along this conveyor belt. And I was thinking that if I was the main character, the boy in this movie, I would have said, to like the main headmaster guy, and I would have said in general, I reject this society, I reject this whole thing. I'll take my chances out in the wilderness. And as I was thinking about that, I realized that in a way that's what I've done with my life. If you ask me, what's the interesting story about what led up to the whole thing with the reptilian shapeshifter busting, is that I essentially said screw it to each and every organization I found myself in, whether it was school or the military or whatever, jobs, and basically I said screw them all. And I've had plenty of time to think about the regret of that and the problem of that, and how I would tell people, no, you better stay in high school, you better not drop out, you better stick with the program, because look at me now. I'm a homeless wreck, and I have no stability. Every day is grinding fear. Anything can go wrong, and it's nasty. But then again, as I thought about it, I realized that really I've made my decision, I think, based upon my knowledge that there's something else, and that I think if you don't make a decision to reject this current society, then you're not going to make it, because many are called but few are chosen. And wide and varied is the way to death, but the way to life is straight and narrow, and few there be that find it. Few there be that find it. So I would say to you that unless you're making some kind of a decision that separates yourself from the pack, from the main herd, then you're not making it into heaven. Because if you're not, many are called but few are chosen. If you're not chosen, are you going to go to heaven? And if you're not one of those few that find it, the straight and narrow path, and enter therein at the straight gate, are you going to heaven? And where are you going if you're not going to heaven, right? So you got to be doing something different. You got to be doing something courageous, okay? And I just wanted to make another comment about the anime thing. It's very easy, and I've had people tell me, that hey, it's all that's Satan and the devil, and you need to purge yourself from that. It's all wickedness. And I would say, I understand your feelings. I've had that feeling before, and I'm sure some of it is, and maybe even most of it. But you know what? I challenge you to watch the movie Patema Inverted, and ask yourself whether or not this wasn't pleasing to God, that this work was not pleasing to the Lord. And I can't obviously say for sure whether it was or whether it wasn't, but I felt relatively sure that this is what God made the kingdom for, in a way, the things of the heart that are touched upon in this show. So I would urge you all to see it, and since I'm getting buzzed right now, I'll conclude with that. So check it out.